Hello YouTube. I'm gonna make a video here on how to seafoam a 2011 to 2014 Dodge Charger with a 5.7 Hemi. This technique is probably can be used across the plane of many vehicles. It's basically the same technique. If you've done it on one car, you can pretty much do them on all. I prefer to use the vacuum line method. The vacuum line I'm going to be using today is going to be through the PCV line. Some people like to use the brake booster line. In this case, on these Hemis, it's kind of tucked way back in there. It's a pain in the butt to get to. They have aerosol ones that you can put right in to go straight into the throttle body, but today we're going to be just using the regular liquid non-aerosol. So what you want to do is you want to get your engine up to temperature. Now I just took this out on a spirited drive. I believe the temperature is already set. We're 185 degrees. Oil temp is 172. I think the oil temp gets up to about 190 at its hottest. And because I have a 180 degree thermostat, this will never usually get above 185 to 190. So right there, we're right at about operating temperature. Alright, so really, only tools you're really going to need is, well, in my case, a screwdriver to disconnect your line, but typically when these are stock, there's just a hose going from your PCV valve right here, and then it'll just follow and cut right over onto the inlet right here into your intake manifold, and you'll just pull that out and you can go right in from there. You can pull it out from your actual valve itself and use the hose to your advantage. But in this case, I bypass all that, and I have a catch can that I actually made myself, instead of spending $100 and whatever plus dollars on the Billet Tech brand. So let's get this rolling. First things first, we're gonna loosen the clamp a little bit. Let's set this bad boy up. I probably should invest in a tripod of some sort. You could probably get away with putting your seafoam or your hose directly into your seafoam. I like to pour it into a cup just so you can see how much you're putting in at once. Just forewarning you, if you do too much at once, you do risk hydrolocking your engine, or bending a push rod, messing up one of your valves. So don't do what I do, blow your motor up and have your lawyers calling me because you were excited and blew your load all too soon. So I'm just gonna loosen this. I'll bring the camera over here in a second to show what I'm doing. Alright, so I got my seafoam in here. This is empty. Some people actually like to pour some of that in the oil. I don't. You can. You pour it in the gas, but I prefer to use actual like fuel system cleaner. So basically this is plugged in here, and this is going to basically just suck a bunch of air from the intake. So We're going to use this to administrate. Also, you want to, the reason I had this level sitting over here is because you want to increase your engine idle slightly. All right. So I have a tuner. I could increase the engine idle if I want. Not everybody has a tuner. Never mind that clunky noise coming from under the hood. I have a bad bearing in my alternator. It's not rod knock. Alright, so basically I'm just using the motorized seat here in the level against the gas pedal. See like that. Just by moving the switch I can adjust my idle. So I'm going to set the idle . So it's going to be hovering right there around, what is that, about 1,200 RPMs. You don't want to go too high with it. If you do end up putting in a little bit too much seafoam, if you're cranking those RPMs out, you could run into some more serious issues. Alright, so I upped it a little bit. Sitting right at about 13. And you can always go higher or lower. I wouldn't go much higher or much lower. That's all on you, however you want to do it. I just like to increase it just a little bit. All we're going to do from here, take our hose. Nice and slow. I don't know how long that took. I wasn't timing it exactly, but if I were to guess, I would say that probably took a good 2 minutes just to pour in. I moved my level and I could smell it. It definitely made its way through. Started burning a little bit. It's a little smoky in here too. Don't mind my messy garage. I plan on cleaning that out today, this weekend. And so now the fun part, now we sit and we wait. And we will see the results after we let it sit. I like to let it sit for about 15 minutes. And then we'll fire it up. So, hang tight. Okay, and we're back. It's been about 10, 15 minutes, I don't know, somewhere around there. It doesn't have to be exact. Question is, where should I set this bad boy up? There we go. Alright. Now the trick to this isn't to do what everybody that runs seafoam into their car does. Alright? It doesn't matter if you have seafoam in your car or you're just sucking regular air, fuel, or spark into your damn engine. At no point should you sit there and rev the dog piss out of your engine. Alright? So, what I've always liked to do is start it up, let it run for 5 minutes, all on its own. Let's get to it. time we take it on a drive. What I suggest is you want to drive it hard, but if this stuff is not gummed up, you know, in your engine pretty good, you might not want to just get out on the road and just put the pedal to the metal. You know, get on it a little bit, let it blow out the back, and see how it goes. It worked. Yeah, there's still a bit of a death cloud back there. Alright. I'm just gonna turn around here. Cool. Well, all is done. It's been seafoamed. Probably gonna do an oil change in the next probably 1,000 miles or so before summer really, gets here and the heat really starts beating up on the engine just as much as I do. So please like, subscribe, share, and have a wonderful day, YouTube.